Hello. There's a funny Simpsons meme for pretty much any occasion. Here's one about alcohol. To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all life's problems. However, it's less funny when you consider that alcohol harm costs England £27.4 billion a year, according to research by the Institute of Alcohol Studies. On that note, I'm going to pinch some links from Lizzie, who hosts the excellent YouTube channel Creative Autistic. If you need help with alcohol-related issues, please see the links below. It was a conversation with another brilliant autistic YouTuber, Paul at Adult with Autism, that prompted me to make this video. It wasn't so much the content of the conversation, more the fact that I couldn't remember the end of it because I'd had too much to drink. To come back to the Simpsons meme and occasions, there seems to be a million reasons for drinking alcohol. Someone's birthday? Have a drink. Having a bad day? Have a drink. Want to relax? Have a drink. Want to not relax and go to a club and inhale other people's sweat? Have a drink. Feeling overwhelmed because of any given situation, because you're autistic? Have a drink. The hypocrisy around alcohol is amazing when you think about it for a few seconds. It's socially acceptable to drink a liquid that alters your mind, and yet it's illegal to smoke certain substances because they alter your mind. The irony of it all is summed up in the street song, "The Irony of It All." Hello, my name's Terry and I'm a law-abider. There's nothing I like more than getting fired up on beer, and when the weekend's here, I exercise my right to get paralytic and fight. My name's Tim, and I'm a criminal. In the eyes of society, I need to be in jail for the choice of herbs I inhale. I have never been aggressive when I've been drunk. However, I do vaguely remember a couple of times when I was very cross about an injustice while I was drunk. The first time, I stood on a chair or a table and I wagged my finger at an employee. And the second time, I remember being restrained from concluding a no doubt flawlessly structured argument, which no doubt related to a very important point, which I had to convey to a bouncer at 1 a.m. in an overcrowded bar. I went to the bar the next week and I told a very confused bouncer that I was very sorry for my behaviour. I found out a couple of weeks after that I'd gone to the wrong bar to apologise. I had been so drunk that I couldn't remember the bar in which the unpleasant exchange had taken place. Generally, when I get drunk, I feel happy. I appreciate that that's not the message that the Institute of Alcohol Studies wants you to hear. Maybe they should put warning stickers on pint glasses like they do with packets of cigarettes. Something like, "Drinking can cause a slow and painful death." However, last time I checked, that's what life does. There are plenty of articles and videos about autistic people using alcohol to mask, so you don't need me to repeat that, except that I just did. I have never consciously drunk alcohol to seem neurotypical. I have drunk alcohol to get drunk. I have drunk alcohol to warp the synapses in my brain to become deliberately incoherent and cut adrift from the expectation that I should make sense. That said, as I'm autistic, most people think I'm talking a foreign language anyway. You can put a warning sign on every alcoholic drink. The fact is that a lot of people, myself included, have an emotional attachment to alcohol. It's associated with happy times. For me, increasingly these days, I associate it with university and the freedom I had that I will never enjoy again. I remember this one time when I'd had a few drinks and I was wobbling up the path towards the Great Hall. The sight of the trees and the hall in the distance, in combination with the fuzzy feeling in my brain, made for a moment that I think about more than I probably should. The myth that autistic people are logical with no emotions whatsoever can easily be proven wrong by pointing out that many autistic people seek refuge in alcohol and other substances despite knowing how harmful they can be. Again, to pinch from Lizzie at Creative Autistic, a Swedish study from a few years ago found out that the risk of substance use-related problems was the highest amongst individuals with ASD and ADHD. The question then is surely why? Is it because neurodivergent people are living in a world that isn't designed for them? Is it because neurodivergent people have nurtured a sense of shame because they've struggled so much to fit in? Alcohol is a quick fix that doesn't fix anything. As I get older, the hangovers and regrets get worse. These days, if I drink beyond a certain amount, I feel like a pig shat in my head. No one wants to feel like a pig shat in their head. Or a chicken. Or a cow. They don't want to feel like a pig has shat in their head either. Alcohol doesn't solve any problems, despite what Homer said. My counsellor suggested that I take a liver test. I said I didn't want to because I'm scared of needles, but I'm more scared of the likely result. I probably have the liver of a 95-year-old or a mummified Egyptian pharaoh. Alcohol is easy. Finding alternatives that make you happy is much harder. I'm in a terrible self-pitying midlife crisis, what could have been post-diagnosed autistic burnout phase. I can drink 2 bottles of red wine, play Smashing Pumpkins at maximum volume, and shut my eyes and pretend I'm 19. But when I open them again, I'm a hungover 42-year-old with hurt insides and a formal complaint from my neighbour. Thank you for listening, and take care.